let's just take a look at the performance of the market yesterday. If we could quickly take a step back, we saw the local market dipping by 2% whilst we had global markets rallying. What was that on the count of?
Well, rumours filtering through the market could be one of two things. It could either be a bad hedge fund position that's being forced to liquidate its top 40 futures contract. So there's been a big seller of the top 40 future, or Aussie future as some people like to call it. The other rumour is there could be a move out of South African equities into another emerging market like Russia, which has been an underperformer. And those are really the two stories that come to light on why our market underperformed yesterday.
Right, let's just look where to from here as we end the quarter for the local market. We've got the JSE sitting under that 30,000 point mark as it stands today. It was at around 32,000 in July. Do you think that the market has bottomed out at this point, or is it really all about volatility and what's going on in Europe and of course America?
Well, I mean, of course, it's centre stage with Europe and America, especially with Europe at the moment. If you have a look at the range, though, we are getting to the bottom end of the range of where the market's been trading for this quarter. I've seen it bounce numerous times off these levels. I think it might dip a little bit lower into the mid 25,500s for the top 40 future, or the top 40 index, should I say. So I think that's where I'd be looking at really the bottomish side of the range, so maybe a little bit early to get long, but there certainly are some stocks that are becoming and looking attractive again. If you have a look at a First Rand trading at about 19 Rand 30, cum the special and the normal dividend in about a week's time. If you have a look at Sasol, also cum its dividend of 8 Rand odd in the next week. So there are some stocks in these sell-offs that definitely are worth a looking at, and we are heading towards the bottom end of the range that we've seen over the past couple of months.
Let's take a quick look at what's playing out in Europe. Of course, Germany's parliament now passing the extended European Financial Stability Fund. 12 of the 17 Eurozone countries have now passed that. What does this mean for Europe going forward? Is this a start to the solution?
I don't know if there is a solution, unfortunately. I hate to be a little bit pessimistic on that front. I don't know if there is a solution, but hopefully they come to one. My feeling is that the other nations will follow Germany's lead and support it and join. And so you'll get a 17 out of 17 nations supporting it. My feeling is that I just don't know if there is a solution unless we just get someone to take a haircut and move on from this Greece issue.
Company news flow in South Africa today. We've got Imperial Holdings saying that it's bought into that German-based logistics firm for 270 million euros. Of course, increasing its presence in Europe. It recently made another acquisition there of a shipping company. What do you make of this company's increased presence in Europe at a time of heightened pressure when it comes to all the problems that Europe's facing?
Well, chatting to our Imperial analyst before I came on the show, I think it's a solid acquisition by the company. I think both acquisitions over the last, say, 2 weeks have been solid. In terms of its position, it puts it as the market leader in river barge shipping in Europe and way ahead of any of its competitors. Having a look at our target price on Imperial, target price is around the 120 Rand level, so about 15 Rand upside from here. So solid acquisition, putting it and strengthening its position in Europe, got to be a good thing for the company.
Let's look at your strategy at this point in time. How are you managing the market and the volatility and the uncertainty that we're seeing on a daily basis?
Well, I think it's from the business that I'm in, we are a derivative business. So from that point of view, we make sure that our books are squared up each evening. So from that point of view, we're not leaving overnight risk on our books. But if you are managing a portfolio or you are looking to get long and you're looking to buy, we are entering the range that you would be looking to get long. When the top 40 heads up to the mid 27,500 level, that's when you've got to take your trade off. And you've got to trade this range until you're presented with something different and the market breaks out of that range. So for now, start looking to get long in the next, I would say, 1,000 points down on the market, definitely.
Do you have a preference for various sectors if you're looking at it from a long-term point of view?
Not really. I mean, I would say that there's more blue sky potential in the commodities, such as the Anglos, the Billitons of the world, the Sasols of the world. But I'm actually more in favor at the moment of just getting long an index. It's very hard to stock pick in this market. Get long the top 40 if you're just comfortable holding the top 40 shares by market capitalization. Or if you prefer the financials, get long the Fini. The Satrix, there are a range of Satrix products that cover these, the Satrix Resi, the Satrix Fini. So pick your index and get long. It takes the headache out of it to have to actually actually pick an individual share. Because nothing more frustrating when the market does go up and your share doesn't move up with that market. At least if that index is moving and you're long the index, you're likely to make money.